Alright. And we'll have to do something fancy for Susie, because I still don't have rockets on this. Or do I? I think I do have rockets on this setup. I always forget. I have rockets on this setup. Awesome. So, yeah, it's Tuesday. Today's not my normal day. And yeah, there's no space news. So, because we have a few minutes, we'll chat about why this is happening. Because this is not normal. And I recognize that it's not normal. So hello Kerbal and Guido and Canada Kim and Veronica Cure and DPI and Wayne Johnson, who is sitting in a pub in the Isle of Wight with a pint of Andwell King John. Hello Mike. And I think Paranor is out there lurking too. So hello Paranor. So as DPI says, normal is relative. And Dr. Pamela is still traveling. And because Dr. Pamela does not have her very own blue box, she can't be in two places at once. So, yeah, that's why you get me instead. And because travel takes a lot out of you, you know, sometimes things get dropped, like the news. So, yeah, instead of the news, we're going to do moon mapping. And that's just kind of how it is. I mean, Bennu's all done. I don't want to talk about, I'll talk about Bennu. I really don't want to think about Bennu, mapping Bennu. To me, the moon is much more relaxing and easier to do. And because so many people enjoyed watching me hate map Bennu, and found it beneficial to watch me map Bennu, I figured we'll do this the same for the moon today. Because I know you all want something to do because Bennu's done, and we have the moon. I don't know a whole lot about what's happening with the data and so on and so forth with the moon, except that this data that you'll be submitting is going to be used to train machine learning algorithms. So, yeah, Wayne Johnson says Bennu rocks, and I have my very own Bennu. It's a teeny tiny Bennu. So, yeah. Puck's all making noise over there. What are you doing, Puck? Get back over here. Come here. Come on. What? No, seriously, dog, what are you doing? Hey. There's no Cheerios over there. Cheerios are here. Yeah, I have a little Bennu pebble, and it is adorable, and the 3D printing folks at PSI can print 30 of these at a time, which I was just amazed by. So yeah, like Cassidy says, I heard they discovered that Bennu wasn't boulders and rocks but marshmallows. Yeah. Veronica Cure says, we need to get Dr. Pamela a time turner. We do. You have no idea. We do. And like forever ago, I was like, oh, I'll make emergency slides. I have never finished these emergency slides. They exist, I just haven't finished them. And now I need to update them. So, oh, excuse me. Oh, I still don't know what my dog is doing. And I don't want to dock that dog in my lap. He might end up going in the crate. So, coffee. Yes, actually, let me show off my new glass. So while I was in Tucson, and we'll talk more about this later. That's fine, Wayne. Have a good time at the pub. So while I was in Tucson, I went to the Pima Air and Space Museum. Oh, Bits! Oh, Bits! And speak. Come on. Good boy. Make it rain. Thanks for the bits, Wayne. So I went to the Pima Air and Space Museum, and even though I'm out of coffee, so this is my, oh, it is kind of hard to see. So on one side it says Pima Air and Space Museum, and on the other side it has the jets, and on the reverse of the jet side is the silvery side, but my favorite is the bottom. My favorite is the bottom. I had seen that the shot glasses were like this. I didn't realize that the pint glasses were also like this. So, my favorite human's like, I like this pint glass. So, yeah. Anyways, it's that time. It's past that time. I'm going to pause the music. And we're going to run the rockets so Susie has a good place to cut. And we will be right back. So give me 1 second to get all this. And I will see you on the other side. Maybe? I don't know. I'm assuming that the mic is on. I'm assuming that the mic is on. Okay, so hello everybody. I am your host Annie Wilson, and yeah, it's a Tuesday, and yeah, it's a little weird. Why is there no news? Because Dr. Pamela is traveling, and we don't have a time turner or a magic blue box or any of that other stuff. So yeah, if you're here for space news, there's no space news. My apologies. Things are weird. So rather than just going dark for yet another day, we're gonna do something else instead. So we finished Menu Mappers, and yes, I know we need to do another celebration stream. That's going to involve me going to the store and buying more things to make rock cakes, or just enjoying all of the choco rock candy I brought back from Texas, and finishing up building Lego. So yeah. BB12 says blame Labor Day for it. I mean, yeah. I mean, we can blame work, we can blame Labor Day, we can blame Dragon Con, we can blame a lot of things. But anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. So we're going to map, not Mars. Mars isn't working. We are going to map the moon today, and I have a brand new account that I made because reasons. And as soon as I get everything all squared away, there we go. Tinker, why are you begging for bits? Because she's always begging for bits. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and I'm essentially gonna walk you through all of it, I think. Maybe this didn't work out nearly as well as I thought it did. So, I admittedly have everything still set up from Bennu, so things might be a little cut off, but still. Alright, let's do this. Oof, oof, oof. Alright, so... Come on, transition. There we go. So here's the tutorial page, and that literally says tutorial, welcome to Moon Mappers. To start, we'll quickly explain how to do the following. Erase a mistake, find a crater, complete a light image, and complete a dark image. Yes, there are two different things. Lighting on the moon is weird. So start is cut off because it is. And so I'm going to click start and... Oh, I guess I can do that. There we go. I'm used to the Bennu just popping up a whole new thing. So here is the thing, and it's like, so first, we accidentally made a mistake here. We need you to erase it. Click OK to make that go away. First, click on the eraser tool to select it. Real easy, it's right there. And then you just click on the crater mark to delete it. That's it. And then it says next. We will mark some craters in this image. Craters are circular holes in the ground with bright sunlight on one side and dark shadow on the other. You can see some examples to the left, which they are over here. Kind of cut off the screen because I was like, we don't need this whole thing on the screen. Apparently we do. Give me 1 second and I'll fix it. That's still not going to catch everything, but that'll catch more of what was there. Kerbal asks, why is there a minimum crater size? DPI thinks that it's because only craters of a certain size and above are interesting, apparently. I forget the real answer to this question, and I don't know what the scale is. Oh, here. It's a variable resolution, and I really don't remember, and I know I wrote like a script on like how to do all this. Let me see. All right, if I zoom out, it's a little better. Okay. And I think they're just too small. I think DPI is kind of right. I think they're just too small for them to be of any importance, or because of... Oh, I have to select the crater tool. And then dark side, light side. Just click and drag. I know, Puck. But all these other craters on here are literally too small to mark. And yeah, I think it is simply because they're just too small and too numerous. And they might just... There's not really erosion, but they might not be a hazard. I really don't know the answer to this. I am so sorry. Alright, so now we're going to complete a lighter image. The moon has lighter areas called highlands and darker areas called Maria. This is a typical highlands image. So it's already thinking that we're done, but no, really, there's some craters to mark. The software is older than the Bennu software, if that makes sense. So that's why the icons are different. That's why that's why it looks different. But this is definitely considered older software than Bennu, because we've been running this project for a really long time. I think this is one of the first projects that CosmoQuest has been working on. DPI says, and I thought it was newer. No, this is definitely older. Definitely over a year ago. There are some videos archived on the CosmoQuest channel that have me in my YSU office marking craters. because I was working on a video of like how and why you should do this. So, hey, Wicked Wonder. And see, this is going to be too small. And then we submit the image. And we submit the image. Alright, let's see if refreshing does anything. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're going to skip the tutorial. If it'll let me. Alright, we're out of the tutorial. And... excuse me while I try to adjust this. Yeah, that's probably the best way to adjust it. So this is actually a darker image of Maria. So, do we have to do both sides of the moon? I think these images are from, they are from LRO. So I think it does have data from all over on the moon. I think, isn't LRO orbiting the moon? I feel like LRO is orbiting the moon. So we'll put that one there. I know people have seen Apollo landings on this. This is for the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, so I forget what other agencies work with LRO, but this data does go to LRO. I don't know, I unfortunately don't know what all else is happening with this data other than there are a, I know they're going to be training machine learning algorithm from this. So, but I know you all wanted, you know, more citizen science stuff to do, and this is the other citizen science project we have up, and there's no deadline for this. This Moon Mappers has been going on for a while for different kind of with different goals. And it says here on the side, our goal and yours, which for whatever I can't click it, is we need your help to collect a diverse data set that can train computers to find craters in different kinds of soils and under different lighting conditions. This is the only way we can map all 37.9 million square kilometers of the moon and the millions of craters covering it. So, yeah, we're making these marks so we can train computers what to look for, because computers are dumb. So, yeah, computers are dumb. And they literally need things spelled out for them. They need to see lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of examples. So that's why we're doing this. We are training computers because we can recognize patterns pretty quickly. And computers, they can't do that nearly as well. I think my favorite example... Don't start. My favorite example is... They started. Please don't. Have some Cheerios. It's okay. Yes, I know you're dead. Shh, shh. Everything's freaking out on me today. My favorite example is stop signs in Japan. They'll probably be standardized before the Olympics, but they are right now, some of them right now are just triangles. I can't remember if it's point up or point down, but they're red triangles, point up or point down. Some Japanese text on them. I don't remember which kind of Japanese text. And that's a stop sign. If you live in the US, you are used to seeing, or other parts of the world, you are used to seeing a red red 8-sided red octagon as a stop sign. It has a white border and text inside, and usually written in the local language. So in the US, it would read stop. In Kuwait, it's Arabic, and it looks like two men in a canoe. I'm not joking, that's how it was explained to me. But because, you know, the design is the same in Kuwait and the US, it doesn't matter that you can't read what the Arabic says on the stop sign. You know it's a freaking stop sign, and you know to stop. US, we're also used to seeing yield signs that I think are also red and white, or white and red, with the point down. And we know that means, hey, you need to, like, at least slow down and look to make sure nothing else is coming. And by taking that to... Oh, they are... they're yellow triangles. Okay, my bad. Oh, they're yellow and black here. Okay. For whatever reason, I keep seeing them as, like, red in my head, and I'm not sure why. But anyways, we have associated... We know that triangle means slow down, look. And we know that the red octagon means stop. So we can take those two different pieces of information and go, huh, that's a red triangle. I should at least slow down. And if you're not sure, stop. So, yeah. Oh, thanks for the sub! Thanks for the sub, Ref Smack. Alright. And make it rain! So, yeah. Hanny says, I guess more sides mean more danger. I guess. I probably shouldn't turn that down too much. We'll leave it right there. I guess. It definitely is interesting. But, stop signs aren't universal throughout the world. And knowing what different patterns are from just being exposed to, like, the standardized stop signs allows you to be like, huh, maybe I should stop here. Meanwhile, I've seen videos where if you just put, like, a sticker blocking part of the red, or blocking the text on a, red octagon stop sign in the US, the AI driving a car will just zoom right past it. It'll be like, that's not a stop sign. A human driver would be like, I should stop. There's a sticker on that sign. I still recognize it as a stop sign. And the computer was like, nope, I'm just going to keep going. And that mildly terrifies me. So yeah, because some of these craters, like this crater right here, is really shallow and is not as well defined as, say, this crater, where you can definitely see the edge and there's more of a dark spot here and a light spot here. This one isn't nearly as well defined, so there's a light area here and a dark area, and it's still a circle. It's kind of hard to see, and a computer might just be like, nope, that's not a crater. And yeah, computer might be like, this is not a crater, this is a crater with ejecta, which we don't have a tool for that. And there's the cat. I fed him. I swear I fed him. I swear I fed him. Try not to flood their basement doing laundry again. You see a circle, run. Okay then. So we're going to wait for the cat to come in here, and then we're going to take a cat break. He has been diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, which means his body is running hot, and he gets medication twice a day. And I think we screwed up his medication a little yesterday, so we're trying to get him back on track. Like, he had a dose late. Because for a while, right when I came back, he was real chill. He was eating an entire can of food in one sitting. He wasn't being too pestery, and I know, buddy. Can I finish this image? He's like, no, you cannot. He's climbing on things. Come here, just sit in my lap. Yeah, see? Can I finish this image? Here's your treat. And that's what happens when you have a cat. I don't know what he did. Most workplaces need cat breaks. Sounds so relaxing. Oh no, I can't. How do I open this? It's kind of opened. Is it open? Oh, it's open. All right, we'll make it work. Okay. He's like, I don't like how it's coming out. Really? I don't have scissors here, bud. I don't even have nail clippers. What you got is what you got. Resmat says, this is a quick segue from the Asteroids and the Moon mission. Is this... What do you want? I was gonna say, do you just not like it because I didn't open it all the right way? I might actually have to get up to find scissors. Maybe? Maybe? Okay, we're good. Pets need the collar from up, says Hanny. He does. He does. Alright, so I'm going to put you on dogs for a second, which the dogs probably won't stay there. While I go find some scissors and open up this treat. No, 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 no. No, you do not want my milk with coffee. What are you doing? Alright, I will be right back. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. All right. Cheerios hype. Have some Cheerios, dogs. You guys are patient. I am definitely appreciating the fact that I made a counter for how many times my cat has interrupted the stream. But yeah, the cat has hyperthyroidism. He's always hungry. We're treating him with meds. He goes back to the vet in a couple weeks to have his levels tested again, and we'll see where we go from there. I'm thinking he's probably ready for more medication. He seems to be tolerating it well. I'm ready to up his medication. I don't know if the vet's ready. Oh, you got a longer dovetail rail for your short tube refractor. Nice. I don't know what I'm going to do when they stop making cereal. I guess worst case scenario is that I start making my own. Very cool. Very cool, Kerbal. And grow oats in the backyard. Something, I mean, if I had a sourdough starter going, I could just make them crackers, because they really like the sourdough crackers. My dogs like baked sourdough. Baked sourdough with no living things in it is perfectly safe for dogs. Raw sourdough is dangerous. So you're just gonna sit over there? I don't know what his deal is today. I don't know. I don't know why dogs love bread so much, Wicked Wonder. It might just be because it's carbs, like us. Alright, let's see if I can submit this without cat help this time. I don't know who doesn't love carbs, Hanny. It's just, I think that's one of the things that's been hardwired into our brains to enjoy for survival reasons. I'm not getting up. Yeah, DPI did read that. DPI says, oh, did you read the thing where some mad scientists extracted yeast from Egyptian vessels and one made a starter from it? Yeah. The thing with sourdough starters, though, is that they do adapt quickly to, or supposedly they adapt quickly to their environment. I don't know if any vigorous testing has been done on this. So even if you get a sourdough starter from, like, I don't know, San Francisco, and you live in Boston, because you're catching wild yeast and so on and so forth, in theory it'll change. So 5 more tests this month to decide your treatment. Well, I hope it goes well. Hanny says, what does adapting quickly mean? Do they evolve and say hello? I think more localized yeasts. I think there's, like, actually, like, localized strains of yeast and stuff can outcompete. Ew, a bone scan. Is that non-invasive, Wicked? Cat, you have food in your bowl. You have food in your bowl. Where are you? You have food in your bowl. I squeeze the treat into your bowl. Are you just here because the dogs were barking? Did the dogs wake you up from your nap? I think the dogs woke the cat up from his nap. Because he is very much like, hey, human, what's going on? Where's my thing? Oh, look, a crater. They hit after a crater. Oof. Flat and still for an hour. I'd be like, can I just sleep? That one's not gonna work. Some of these are really old critters. Some of these are small. Like that one's too small. Yeah, I hope that does go well, Wicked Wonder. Here's a little crater chain. We don't have anything really to mark that right now. But here's a tiny little crater chain. We used to have some tools. I think we took away some of those tools. But here's a tiny little crater chain. Boom, boom, boom. That may have been on Vesta where we had the crater chain. Yeah, I bet it is annoying, Wicked. Oh no. Bennu ate all the tools. It sure did. Bennu ate everything. Bennu ate my summer. So I'm thinking eventually, I haven't really set up a time or anything yet because I'm still just trying to get used to being home. That we'll do some Bennu art streams. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to do it on like Photoshop or if I'm going to just try freehand. Oh, hi Tinker. But there are things I'd like to do with Bennu. Compared to Bennu, this is kind of soothing because you're like, okay, I don't have to mark everything. I can't mark everything. And there's a whole lot less stuff to mark. Here's another tiny little crater chain. A crater in a crater. Those are always fun. That one's too small to mark though. Yeah, I think I may have done a little bit of Mercury. Our crater chains just bounces handy ass. Crater chains, think of it as like a rock skipping across the lake, or it's pieces that broke up before they hit and just kind of all landed together. I'm not too sure which analogy is correct because I've had it. I really should just work on that video some more. Because I think it's more like pieces broke up. Meteoroid shotgun, says DPI. I think that's a good thing. And they just, instead of being one big spray, the shotgun has been like just linear. And for whatever reason, I remember playing a game where that was a mod to the shotgun. And I don't even remember what game it was anymore. Probably had something to do with killing zombies. The point is, you had fun. Yes. DPI says, kind of like Shoemaker Levy. Was that it? Was it that one impacting on Jupiter? I'm not sure. Wicked Wonder says, I got green tea coming to calm things. I read that on a legit site. LOL, it better help. The watermelon helps. You know, if it helps and it doesn't hurt you, and it doesn't hurt you emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, if it doesn't hurt you at all, and it helps, do it. Placebo effect is real, and you know, if it's a little bit of money to get some green tea, then do it. So just do it. Bad Panda Bear says, hi everyone, zombies on the moon? Not quite. We were talking about crater chains and why are crater chains like that? And DPI came up with the analogy that they are, think of it as a shotgun blast, but instead of it being like one big circle from a shotgun blast, it's linear. So, yeah, it's not placebo though, which is awesome. It's even better if it's not placebo. 100, oh yeah. 100 count for $8? Yeah, that's awesome, Wicked. Seriously, if it helps and it doesn't hurt you in any of the ways I mentioned, it's not stupid. Plus, green tea is delicious. Green tea is delicious. Hey, Cat. I don't know what to do for you, Cat. No, DPI, I think you're right with the shotgun analogy. I really do think you're right. Hey, Veronica. Let's see, I lost all the things again. I know, buddy. I don't know what you want. Unsweetened green tea from a vending machine? Like American unsweetened or Japanese unsweetened? There's a difference. Ah, I figured as much. I did get Favorite Human to agree to go to, like, the place where there's a whole bunch of random vending machines. So, I do actually have coffee. Veronica says, my friend keeps calling it 10. I should retrain her. Probably. DPI, yes, I think it is in Akihabara. People say it's like creepy. And you can get mystery vending machine things. But I think I did talk him into it because it is close to a train station if we go in the middle of the day. Oh, I didn't know that, Wicked Wonder, that they could be cooled and rubbed on sunburn. I've used, like, chamomile tea bags to help heal things. My cat has just decided to lay down. And the dog's like, I'll take about this. A redheaded lady learned it in Jamaica. Hey, you know? Whatever, literally whatever works. While I was getting ready to go to Tucson, I found this teeny tiny little sample-sized bottle of aloe because I was terrified I was going to get sunburnt. And, you know, I was very good about making sure my skin was covered. I had my parasol, which I left in Tucson, by the way. And, used my fancy Japanese sunscreen and things of that nature. And, I mean, I'm sure people looked at me weird because of the parasol, but shade makes a difference in Tucson, and it felt so much cooler. And it was always amazing to me that when I collapsed the parasol, as if I was going in, or while I was going inside of a building, how warm the outside felt. So, yeah. DPI says, I think green tea is anti-inflammatory. Alright. Hanny says, I used to see parasols in LA all the time. The sun there is trying to kill you. So did they lower the second sun when I left? Maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna have to contact the person about my parasol, because I think I left it in somebody's car. But that was literally the day before I left Tucson, and then I was stuck in, like, DFW overnight, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Tucson Airport, I tried to volunteer to give up my flight, and give up my seat on the flight and take a different flight. And I kind of wish they had done it, A, because I would have had an airline voucher, and B, I might have gotten routed through literally any other airport other than DFW. but it didn't happen. I did get a seat upgrade out of it, which was nice. And I made it to DFW on time, and I had some time. I had a significant amount of time, like an hour and a half, I think, between flights, which is fine, because the last time, because every other time I had been through DFW, I hadn't had time to just be in the airport, which sounds weird, but sometimes, you know, you like to check things out. And then my flight, I watched a storm roll in, and first my gate kept changing. And then I watched a storm roll in, and it was just all downhill from there. I did go to the USO because it was inside security, and I hung out there for a little bit, got some food, and then I went, you know, to the last place where the gate change was, and they're like, your flight's canceled. So then I had to stand in line forever because the app wouldn't let me check or pick another flight. And then they're like, okay, call the phone number. So I called the phone number, and they're like, we can't change it either. This is just going to be your flight. So I waited in that customer service line the whole time, because at that point I was like, I just want my luggage. I already had a hotel reservation by the time I got to the counter. I just wanted my luggage so I could, I don't know, have like clean clothes, all of my toiletries. And they the woman at the counter is like, are you sure you want to pull out your luggage? I don't know how long you're going to wait. Are you canceling your flight? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, fine, I guess I don't need my luggage that badly. It was just the fact that I was going to be staying overnight without my luggage I was kind of annoyed by. But standing in line did get me a earlier flight to Cleveland, which was good. And by the way, I hate the Cleveland airport. So, never take a Freedom flight if you're tall. Oof, yeah. DPI asked what my carrier was. My carrier was American Airlines. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, my luggage made it home just fine. Oh, that was what it was. I had beer in my bag. And I was like, I just want one of my beers. Yeah, my luggage made it home. Yeah. I mean, everything was fine. I just had to spend overnight. And then my flight leaving DFW was delayed for reasons beyond weather. And it was still just a hot mess. Handy's asked, is the Cleveland airport the nice one with water shooting fountain? No. No. If there is a water shooting fountain, I've never seen it. Terminal Tower in downtown Cleveland, I think, has a water shooting fountain, but I don't think the airport does. Here's why I don't like Cleveland Airport. So I can also fly out of Pittsburgh because I'm kind of halfway between the two. Pittsburgh Airport, you go up, it's all freeway all the way there. There's no city traffic you have to dodge. You actually don't even go into Pittsburgh unless you live on the other side of Pittsburgh. It's really easy to pull up, drop off, pull up, pick up. It's not a Charlie Foxtrot. And it's nice. They have the landside terminal and the airside terminal, and they do security on the landside terminal. And then you take little trams over to the airside terminal and you're good. Wicked Wonder says, Charlie Foxtrot? Charlie Foxtrot, CF, I'm trying to be very good and not cuss. It's not a situation you want to be in. It's a mess. It's a mess. And so I prefer, just for ease of getting in and out and dropping people off and picking them up, I prefer Pittsburgh. I also prefer Pittsburgh because it's the airport I'm most familiar with. So anyways, I only picked Cleveland because, you know, I need a ride to the airport, and my sister at the time was working in Cleveland and was like, I'll give you a ride to the airport. I don't care how early it is. Well, spoiler alert, my sister now works in Pittsburgh. So, yeah. Yeah. So that was messed up. So yeah, that was, So yeah, I was flying on an airline that, I don't typically fly on, which I might start flying on more. I don't know. I'm fairly airline agnostic right now. And, yeah. Yeah, it ended up being okay, but it was just, I don't even remember where I was going with that. I'm just glad I'm home. Glad I'm home. I'm glad I have all my stuff. Yes, the beer made it okay. Also, I brought back tequila for Favorite Human. And Favorite Human very much enjoyed the tequila I brought back. So I'm happy. Teeny tiny. Alright, what time is it? Probably do a few more of these. I don't know why my cat's just chilling like he's chilling. So, I guess I should talk a little bit about the retreat. I know we talked a little bit about it during Daily Space before. It was fun. I did not see Matt. Not everybody that works for PSI gets to go to the retreat. And I think Matt's grant, he's not the PI of a grant, and I don't think his PI made an allowance for him to go to the retreat because he does not live in Tucson. I forget where he lives. Or if he lived in Tucson, he just didn't crash the retreat like other people did. By crash the retreat, I mean hang out during like the non-social or during the social stuff. I don't know. Actually, Hanny's, I think he works somewhere else now, but I don't remember where he works. I think he was able to find a new job before we moved. Which, he needed to take care of himself and all this other stuff. So I wasn't able to see Matt. I did see Sandlin. We actually went out. Oh, look. I think there's tracks here. We went out and had dinner with Sandlin. Played with Sandlin's kids a little bit. More tracks. I think this is a landing site. And yeah. I didn't see too much of Tucson. The resort is kind of on the edge, and there's not public transit, and getting an Uber out of there wasn't cheap, that kind of thing. And none of us in the CosmoQuest group rented a car, which we would have been reimbursed for that. I know, Cat, I hear you. That's a very bright, shiny thing. But I got to meet a lot of people I've only talked to on the internet. I picked up another line on my timesheet, which just means I'll be working on another small project, which I actually need to get working on soon. And yeah. How was the bride The bride's room, the bride changing room, it was small. We couldn't imagine shoving a large bridal party in there. But it was pretty nice. The lighting seemed a little off until the one bulb just needed more time to turn on. But it seemed kind of tight. Yeah, I see tracks up here, Mike. And how many people asked me about space toilets? A couple. I did have somebody ask me if I remembered how George from Dead Like Me died. And she died from getting hit in the head by a toilet seat, a space toilet seat, which is, I guess, hey, thanks for following, Kids Coach. We're gonna make the dogs all wake up. Good girl, Tinker, and make it rain. So Tinker says thank you, I say thank you. Bring your own ring lighting. I actually don't own any ring lighting. I've thought about doing it. I have other things I need to take care of first. But the lighting ended up being okay. No, I don't think we got a group photo, Veronica. We were together a lot, but I don't think we got a group photo. There was somebody doing photos for the event. There is one big PSI group photo, and I know I'm next to Pamela in that, but I don't know where Susie was. So, why aren't you... Okay, there we go. Yeah, it was really neat to just get to talk to people I hadn't talked to in person. I got my Japanese beer, of course, which was amazing. And yeah. I don't think y'all missed too much other than that. But I am excited that I am on now another project, which is good because, yeah. Oh, Veronica says, you did really good on your presentation. So about that, so I was not following chat at all on that stream. I knew I was going to get hooked. I knew I needed to get hooked. I was not originally planning to get hooked because I'm like, it's space toilets. Come on. And the person in chat who was like, I'll donate if Annie gets hooked, is one of my gaming buddies. I didn't know who was behind it. I just knew that if I got hooked, donations were involved. So I was like, okay, fine, I don't mind. That also meant I had to talk way more than I had planned to about, space toilets, just so I would run out of time. But the guy hooking me knew to hook me. I knew I was being hooked, so there was no surprise. I am amazed that I did as well as I did. But I'm kind of excited to see the recording. I want to show the recording to my nephew. Toilet hype, yeah! So, and the PSI people were really into, the fact that you guys wanted to see their talks, that you were really interested. And we did have one scientist that was very apologetic that, his talk was sensitive and could not be streamed. And I felt bad because, had he known that in advance that they would be streamed, he would have done his slide different. We didn't know we were going to stream it. So I felt bad, but we made it work for everybody. Yeah, they really are absorbent Wicked Wonder. So I felt bad, but we made it work. And, things of that. So, yeah, but they were really into the fact that you guys were into it, and they're trying to do, you know, getting their name more out there, trying to do more publicity. And I've talked to a couple of them about doing once or twice a month, talk to a scientist. So I think at some point we're going to work that into our normal schedule. And if we do it once or twice a month, that's either 12 or 24 people. And that way we don't get overloaded with it, and they don't get overloaded with it, and things like that. So Jay Fortney asks, what are you mapping, Annie? I missed out on the start of the stream. So this is the moon. We're mapping the moon. We're mapping the moon because there's no space news today, because Dr. Pamela needs a blue box and or a time turner. And we finished Bennu, and so many of you were like, finished Bennu, now what? Well, now what is the moon? And this isn't finding a landing site. This is more like, okay, mark craters to train a computer to mark craters. So, yeah, it's... To me, this is much more relaxing than Bennu. It's not... You literally cannot mark everything. Sorry about that. Are you guys done? No, they're not done. You literally can't mark everything. Like this teeny tiny crater up here, you can't mark that. I'm not even sure if this one's big enough to be marked. That one's not big enough to be marked. It has to be bigger than your cursor. So, yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing. Just marking craters. It does not take nearly as much time as the Bennu mapper scenes do, and to me it doesn't take nearly as much brain power. You're just looking for craters. You don't have to be like, okay, here's a crater, here's a rock, here's a boulder. No, we're just looking for craters. That's it. And this software is older. I think I mentioned that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Jay Fortney says, I agree, Bennu mapping gave me anxiety at times. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Bennu mappers was intense. This is much less intense. This definitely does not have a deadline. This is, you know, come and go as you please. I can't see database information for this yet. I'm not set up for that. I think eventually I'll be able to see, and I think we'll probably have the same, I think we'll have some of the same, like, Discord kind of rewards of, oh, you know, I mapped X number of images, you know, I'm a moon mapper superhero. So, Veronica says, I was hoping for more artful rock stacking on Bennu. I mean, there's nobody to artfully stack the rocks. But yeah, marking the moon is way chill compared to Bennu. And I'm not ready to do Bennu celebration stream. I don't have things to make rock cakes. I need to clean off my desk before I do anything top down again. About the only things I do have handy are the Bean Boozled and Choco Rocks, and I think I also have Birdie Bots every flavor beans. So that's what I have handy. Wicked Wonder says, by the way, I'm not drying the pee pads. I'm just tossing them into the garbage. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, you guys finished on time, so we just didn't have time before Tucson to do anything. So I definitely have all the stuff to do. All right. Jay Fortney says, one quick question. Where can we go to access the moon mapping software? if you just go to CosmoQuest.org, it actually pops up on the homepage as, I think there's moon mappers, Bennu mappers, Mercury. Is Mercury still up? And Mars mappers. Bennu's done. Mars isn't up. I think it's just the moon. There will be more Bennu mapping for everyone, but again, we have to do all this. Is it Juno? I don't know, Veronica. There will be more Bennu mapping, but we're not quite ready for that. I actually need to figure out. In my head, I'm making a list of all the things I need to do now that I'm home. And like there's more images that the team can release and do. There's other stuff that we can do, are images that weren't fully marked. We can release them back into the wild to be marked again. Somewhere I have a post-it note on my desk about, you know, what kind of query I need to run to find, to essentially make sure that every image was indeed marked 15 times. Yeah, he's been chilling. I don't know what he wants. I fed him. I fed him before I started. I fed him. I took a break while I was streaming to feed him. I don't know what he wants. He's just kind of chilling. So I think he wants a fresh can of food, and I'm not having it. And yesterday I was all excited that, you know, he seemed to be doing better. Hanny's, yeah, I think I do need to take care of the cat box, because that's not something Favorite Human takes care of, and I was gone for a week. This cat has 4 cat boxes. This cat is spoiled. He's got 3 in the basement, and he's got 1 upstairs. And he might end up getting another one upstairs. Kenny says, I had a couple of friends with thyroid problems. They were fine after surgery. Surgery is an option. He's an elderly cat. And it's kind of dangerous for him to go under anesthesia. Radioactive iodine treatment is an option. It's kind of pricey. I haven't gone around for quotes yet, but that also is a cure. And management is medication. That's what we're trying right now. So, thyroid issues can also hide other potential organ issues. So, getting everything manageable and getting all of his organ functions tested before we pursue surgery or anything else is the move. Oh my, it's been an hour. Yeah, he's kind of fussy, but not too fussy about his cat boxes. Like, I can let it go for a week. But he is on medication. I am seeing some improvement. But again, he's an old cat, and if there's multiple problems going on, then I have to figure out what we're doing next. And it's not something I like thinking about too much. Anyways. Yeah, time does fly when you're not struggling with a quarry. Anyways, I do need to get with Dr. Pamela about the celebration stream, because it might just be more than me building Legos. It might... That giant Bennu y'all saw I'm not too sure what we're doing with that. That may go to a specific person. Or it may get raffled off. I'm not entirely too sure yet. I need to double check with Dr. Pamela before I give you guys an answer of this is what's happening with the ginormous Bennu. And we didn't even ask for that. The 3D printing guys just 3D printing folks, even though they are both men. 3D printing folks walked up to us and was like, here, have this ginormous Bennu, and the Bennu is pretty awesome. Veronica says, throw suction darts at it? I mean, yeah. There is a huge 3D printed Bennu. There are lots of teeny 3D printed Bennus, which they're cute. Can we get Oryx Karina to give us some science? Maybe? Maybe. I make no promises because I can make zero promises. I can promise you Lego, and I can promise you weird jelly beans. That's what I can promise you. Alright, I think this is going to be our last one, because I do need to see what the cat wants. Even though he's peacefully laying on the floor. But he normally doesn't just chill out over here unless he wants something. I don't know exactly what Dr. Pamela had planned for the final celebration stream. I can just tell you what I had planned, so. Plus side, the basement didn't flood. That's always good, Wicked Wonder. I thought the 3D printed Bennu was awesome. Bad Panda Bear says, I saw the big Bennu at DragonCon, but I never got to hold it. And Paranor says, Dr. Pamela just announced more images coming for Bennu. Awesome. I mean, it's great for y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Checker Kev says, Bennu, no! You do not have to participate in Phase 2 of Bennu. There are actually 2 Phase 2s of Bennu. And you do not have to participate. One is the open one of here's all the images of Bennu, and the other one is the closed one where, and Karina was very specific about this, people that marked over 1,000 images, and only the people that marked over 1,000 images get to go and do the closed Phase 2. But there's an open Phase 2 that anybody can participate in. So, because I know a lot of you were like, we want to do more science, and for numbers reasons and being able to run essentially a statistical analysis on all of your marks means that essentially they need over 1,000 images. So if you have multiple accounts and not all of them reached, or not a single one of them didn't reach 1,000, because I think there's one person like that. That person didn't either reached 500 with combined accounts or 1,000 with combined accounts. And I think like that's one that I have to manually be like, don't forget this person. I know, buddy. What are you doing? All right. All right, so that's the last image. And I would put over the dog cam. The dogs aren't even laying under the dog cam. So Phase 2, The Reckoning, says Hanny. Yeah. So, yeah, that was it for today. I mean, I know it wasn't a whole lot. Oh no, I minimized everything. But I will be back. Oh wow, I do have a lot of stuff to do today. Oh, thanks for the bits. Here's the Cheerios. And speak. Come on, speak. Come on. Come on. Come on, Puck. You can do it. There you go. And Puck says thank you. I say thank you. And make it rain. I'm going to end up with purse Cheerios again. And Make it rain. Phase 2, the reckoning. I'm still amused. Mike Cassidy asks, where did Dr. Pamela make the announcement? On Discord. Yeah, I think she travels back home today or tomorrow. I'm not 1000% sure. I will be streaming tomorrow with the usual spacecraft update. That was me. I think he literally was barking with his mouth full. My knuckles at the underside of my desk. I try really hard to be quick with the mute button. Also, sometimes I can anticipate what they're going to bark at, which helps. So, yeah, tomorrow I will be back with the usual animal distractions and spacecraft news and updates and launches and things of that nature. And yeah, the trash is now here. This dog might bark at the trash. Joy. So until then, I guess it's time to run the wall of text. So this has been not Daily Space, but just, marking the moon and production of CosmoQuest. And our host institution is PSI, that's Planetary Science Institute in beautiful Tucson, very sunny. It has 2 suns, Arizona. Working in collaboration with Youngstown State University here in Youngstown. It looks decent out, I guess. I don't know. Ohio. And PSI is a 501c3 nonprofit, which is fancy speak for your donations are tax deductible where laws allow. Because we are brought to you by you. So yeah, thanks for all of those donations. Thanks for all of your support. Thanks for doing a science. Thanks for inflicting us on, humans you know. Thanks for the bits, subs, pledges on Patreon. Oh my gosh, there's so many things to thank you guys for. So just thank you for all of it. And yeah, give us a follow if you'd like to see more of this, because we do stream Sunday through Friday at 1700 hours UTC or 1 p.m. Eastern. Sundays is me colorizing space telescope data usually, and Monday through Friday usually is Daily Space, your astronomy and space news update. Everything's archived on YouTube thanks to Susie. And yeah, you miss the live stream, you miss the video on demand, it's on YouTube, trust me. And am I forgetting anything? I think I got everything. I think I have it all. Alright, so anyways, having a wonderful insert time of day here, and I will see you all whenever. I don't know how this works. I will for sure see you tomorrow at 1700 hours UTC. So until then, yeah, things and stuff. I'm going to awkwardly roll the credits because that's what I do. And yeah, bye.